It's remake week.
It's 80s remake.
So 80s remake, right? Not even, it's bullshit remake week.
Right, worst Valentine's Day ever.
4 movies open this week. 3 of them remakes of movies from the 80s.
Alex Pettyfer and Gabriella Wilde are very attractive Abercrombie and Fitch models who fall in love with each other, and they feed each other s'mores, and they frolic in meadows, and they splash in lakes. But their love is a forbidden love because he's the son of a mechanic. She's the daughter of a cardiologist who's going off to Brown in the fall. They could not possibly be in love. However, it is an endless love. I like this better than you guys did.
Oh God, this movie.
And not because I'm a girl.
I'm mad at you for making us see this.
No, why?
This was a crock of horse shit.
It's very pretty. They have nice chemistry with each other. They're very lovely to look at.
It was a very long tampon commercial. I mean, everything is so dappled, and and the characters have no anything to them at all.
He has something. She has a little less.
Barely. It's basically she's rich, he's poor, her dad's mean. The end. Like that's it. That's all this movie is. And the original one is like fucked up and obsessive and almost incesty, and there's arson and
I do miss the crazy. I do, yeah.
Seems like this should be an R-rated movie, like the original was.
Yeah, there was actual nudity version of this. Like that might be interesting, right? But I mean, at least they got the endless part right. Jesus, this movie goes on forever.
No, you know what though? I would say that
it was fun in spite of everything that was wrong with it. It was a movie where
did we see the
5 times I, sitting by myself a row in front of you guys, talk to the screen in the way that you want to,
don't go in there.
Totally, I was totally into this, and then so they're like, the first night, another spoiler, the first night they sleep together.
By fireplace light.
Oh yeah.
So they sleep
in the middle of the summer in Georgia. I'm sorry, when it rains in Georgia, it is not cold. It is fucking hot.
And then they wake up and there's like 20 minutes of them walking around the house, and I'm like,
and he comes in through the window of this giant mansion that has a burglar alarm.
That's the worst airport casting in the history of the world, because not only do they violate every sort of law of how you get into an airport, although he did have a ticket.
Yes, right? They got a pocket. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
No airport has steps leading up to when you drop the car off. I mean, they shot that.
That was a pretty shot, though.
They shot that at an office plaza.
And they shot this movie in Atlanta. I think they have an airport there. Last time I checked.
But they didn't even really hang a sign behind that says United, or Air South, just to make something up that to let people know.
Oh, how about this one? When she leaves to go to Brown, and he looks up and watches the plane go over. I'm thinking, how does he know which plane she's on?
Because he was
oh my God!
I think Armie Hammer is your star here because he's frequently shirtless. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, num num num, more Armie Hammer, please.
He's also really funny. Like he's legitimately funny in here. I thought he was hilarious. This is one of my favorite things I've seen him do. I feel like he took some risks here that you wouldn't expect out of him. What's the look for?
No.
Oh, come on.
He is not funny.
Oh, come on.
He does not get he just
absolutely when he takes the potion. I thought that was hilarious.
No,
that was really funny.
He has a skill set and is a talented actor in certain roles. Not funny. This many little people get this much to do, like these roles, interesting roles.
Yeah,
since Time Bandits.
Oh,
even more so though, because they get to be funny and even a little kind of sexy at times, some of those guys. And so I think, Wolf with the shirt off, I'm telling you. Anyway.
It's a type.
I'm just saying.
I can't wait to read these comments.
I think, have at it. I think that
caught a little glimpse there of really the first scene of the movie, which was disgusting.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know me so well, you know my taste so well. You knew that the second that the baby shits in Jason Bateman's mouth, you turned to me for my reaction, and I was like, oh, God. Because you know what? Babies don't poop like that.
No, it's not projectile.
I have one. It's not projectile. They don't poop like that.
It served a dual purpose, that I could look for your reaction and simultaneously look away.
Look away. Yeah, I'm helpful.
And it may have put me off Nutella for a while, so that's a plus, I suppose.
It had what it did also, though, to the benefit of the film, was really lower the bar for the next 9 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, this movie is just batshit. And in some vaguely enjoyable ways. For example, we have to accept Selena Gomez as this brilliant teenage hacker. Exactly.
Okay, I'm in.
Here's what's even better about that. Hacking from a fucking iPad.
From an iPad, she pulls out her glove compartment. Oh, and it has like a Hello Kitty logo or like a Paul Frank logo. I can't recall, but something kind of cutesy.
Like root menus on her iPad.
I'm just gonna hack into the server. Do-do-do-do-do. So
the crash scenes, you never get any why the crashes are happening. You get a little bit of that, but all you get is just this carnage without really any reason, and it kind of becomes the equivalent of like watching little kids like bang their Hot Wheels next to each other. Like, when my stepson was 4, yes, you know what? It is fun to like smack the Hot Wheels into each other for about 30 seconds. Like, that's fun. And then you want to say, okay, now we're going to set up a big track and we're going to run, and you start making your own stories. This movie can't even do that.
I think they're more concerned with creating the sense of claustrophobia than
which there is not. Let's be clear, there is no cohesion in this movie.
No, they're driving all of a sudden, it's like police cars, like jackknife into each other.
And that's one of the things that happens too. It's like you'll have moments where they're talking about something, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a cop car chasing! And there's no build to it. It's no like, oh, there's a cop coming around the corner, and he spots him, and like, ooh, okay, let's run from the cop. No, it's just like, oh shit, chasing!
Yeah, and it's so nutty and arbitrary. The stuff that the disembodied voice played by John Voight, the stuff that he makes them do. You will drive into a park now. Drive into the people. You will see a giant stack of water bottles. Drive into it.
Exactly. Drive faster.
You're not faster.
Yeah, exactly.
As you say.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to What the Flick. Alonso Duralde, Christy Lemire, and our good friend joining us today, Amy Nicholson from LA Weekly. Woo!
Hello. What's wrong?
Transformers.
There's punctuation mark in there. Everything is like a Ford F-150 ad with like the waving grass and the sunshine. And
Yeah, it's like for the first half of the film, Michael Bay thinks he might be doing the robot Gone with the Wind.
That'd be great.
I want to see
that movie.
Now, Christy and I have both lived in Texas.
Whoa.
Amy,
You too?
from San Antonio.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I always forget that. You're so cosmopolitan.
We've all had good queso.
So, mind you, in this movie, this movie's ideas of Texans are Mark Wahlberg, some Irish guy, and T.J. Miller doing like total surfer dude thing. I'm like, could we have Beth Grant or somebody in this movie who actually knows how to sound like a Texan?
Texas, I don't believe ever exists. It's like green farmland, although
Yeah,
nobody's
lush.
ever farming
Very
it.
lush.
And yet somehow the comedian dude has a surfboard on his car the whole time, and
Right.
they sound like they're maybe by South Padre.
Yeah, there's a
So
minute.
it's supposed to be summertime in Texas, right? Because she's graduated from high school.
Right.
She's in like jeans and a sweater sitting on the porch doing her homework.
Okay, but this is
No one is
also-
sweating in this movie.
This is a small town Texas farm girl who wears heels on her own home ranch.
Right, with like ass-hugging Daisy Dukes, because she can.
Again, and I've forgotten this
These are
actress's-
minor things.
I've forgotten this actress's name. Yeah, I know. We're getting tied down in Texas. We haven't even gotten to China yet, you know.
Oh my God, the pandering of the whole last half of the movie takes place in China. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a whole other movie they slapped together with the Texas and Chicago movie just for more product placement in
China, yes, because there are Asian bottled waters that we can hold toward the camera.
I'm so thirsty in the back of the car. What should I drink?
You have to admit that is the ultimate compliment to China, is that they're including product placement that we can't even read or buy.
And yet we know it looks really good.
Fuck Michael Bay, okay? I'm sorry. This guy, I know people say that he has an aesthetic and his thing is he just makes his movies look like very long trailers, but it's like, even when the first couple of Transformers movies drove me nuts because they were so visually chaotic, you couldn't distinguish where one robot fist ended and a robot jaw began.
Right.
Now they're really sharp, they're really clear, the 3D looks good. Apparently it's a 3D IMAX camera, like it's a new thing that he shot on. But it's so fucking Cuisinart edited that you can't take in a full moment before he's already cut somewhere else to some other thing, and you don't know where anybody else is in relation to anybody else, or why they're fighting, or who, or what's going on. And
I will say that there are moments where, besides Kristen Wiig just being totally adorable and very much a leading lady, she can kind of do it all here. Melissa McCarthy freaking steals this thing.
She's the larger woman.
She is larger, and she's just fearless. She just goes for it, and it goes into very dark, weird places because of her, and I love that about it. There's one scene it did not need, and you know me, you know my tastes, you know what scene I'm talking about.
I do. We'll get to that in a moment. I thought that it would have been, as you mentioned, sort of incredibly easy for the movie to be extremely formulaic about, because I've seen movies where women get petty and they're jealous of each other. That's been done.
Bride Wars.
Right. Oh my God, Bride Wars.
So screechy.
Fucked up my whole day.
Thinking about a bad Kate Hudson movie, and there are several.
Yeah. Brightwood Blue.
Yeah.
First, there was a much more, and I love those movies, but there was something much more human about this. First of all, I think it proved once and for all that women are total bitches.
We PMS, we get all bloated.
Oh my God, give it a rest.
Hate that chocolate, and then we sit on our asses and watch soap operas all day.
There could be some old-fashioned fisticuffs. Why don't you handle Cloud Atlas, a controversial movie, and
I'm ready for old-fashioned
Let's go.
fisticuffs.
Like a Donnybrook and or a brouhaha. I would accept one or the
How
other.
about an imbroglio?
Yeah, we'll
Will
go
that
to
count?
loggerheads. Cloud Atlas, this is 6 different stories spread across 500 years involving a gigantic cast of A-list stars playing multiple roles, some of them speaking in laughable, futuristic gibberish. Halle Berry is apparently white and also an Asian man. Is she an Asian man at one point?
yes,
She's an
something
Asian
like that.
man, a Jewish woman. Yeah.
And she's Halle Berry. So I've not read the book. I'll put it out there.
Me neither.
Oh, nobody's read the book. People
Yes, some people read the book. You
It's
never
not a
read the
comic book. I haven't read it.
You never read the book. Natalie Portman read the book, and that's why the Wachowskis did this.
Americans don't read books anymore.
What are books?
Yeah, it feels like you're going to come in so low. You hated this movie so much.
I don't understand why you hate it.
Like what? Like
I'll explain it to you.
Have you no soul?
Right. At long last.
Have you no dignity, man?
It's just, it's so ponderous and so self-important. And when you get down to what it's really about, it's an incredibly facile notion. Like maybe if you're 20 years old and you're high in your dorm room with your friends, maybe this is a really, really profound idea that, ooh, we're all interconnected. Our souls keep meeting up with each other and we're individual drops of water, but we're all part of the same ocean. And it takes like 3 fucking hours to get to that. I mean, seriously. And makeup and laughable prosthetics, and it's just so bad.
See, I actually found myself really going along with this movie, and
Let's do this. Let's do the scores. Let's start with ladies first. Ladies.
3.
Ladies first.
3.
Oh, you hated it.
I stand by that.
It is a wildly imperfect movie, but I love its ambition, so 7.1.
what did I give it, an 8?
You gave it an 8.
They really swing for the
wanna
fences
stick
here.
with that?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I think it's tragically flawed, but they really swing for the fences here, and I'm really impressed by that.
Yeah, don't let it get inside your head. It's good.
Your number?
Don't think. I gave it 7.1 also. I agree completely with Alonso. Very ambitious. 6.3 overall. If we were to drop the low score.
Don't I like half because I'm a girl anyway?
Or drop the high score. It's 66%. It's been in the 60s.